Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Bibbidi Bobbidi Books. My name is Ellie and today I thought I would switch the camera on and start filming a reading vlog. So today is actually Friday, it's pretty late, it's just gone 6 and I've finished work and I'm in a little bit of a rush because I need to pack up some things because I am actually travelling to Hampshire to visit my family for like a little pre-Christmas Christmas, which is going to be really lovely. So yeah, I need to get going, get packing and get sorted and get in the car because it is about a 3.5-hour drive. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of travelling, but yeah, I thought it would be fun to film the next couple of days because we've got lots of festive plans and we're also doing quite a lot of like wedding planning bits, and I'm hoping to squeeze in some reading somewhere in between all of that as well. In terms of my reading this week, I haven't done a huge ton. I'm pretty much where I left off at the end of my last reading vlog, if you watched that. So I'm still reading Till We Have Faces by C.S. Lewis, which is a Psyche and Cupid retelling, and I'm also still reading Midnight in Everwood, which is a standalone sort of whimsical fantasy story, and yeah, I'm enjoying them both still. And yeah, anyway, I better head off and pack up the car and get going, but I hope that you enjoyed this video and I hope that it spreads a little bit of festive cheer. So yeah, I'm gonna go and I will catch up with you later. Hello, so I am now down south. I'm at my family's house and yeah, it's been a busy few days. I just wanted to hop on here and check in with you. Today we're having like our Christmas day, essentially. We're having like the whole turkey dinner thing and we're exchanging gifts and stuff, so that's going to be really lovely. In terms of my reading, I haven't really done much reading at all. I'm hoping to crack on with my buddy read today because I am a little bit behind and I need to update Josh with the next section of Till We Have Faces. I have read a couple of chapters I think since I last spoke to you, and it's a really interesting one actually. I think I'm struggling a little bit because I'm not really connecting with the main character in the story, Psyche's sister. She's very emotional, she really feels things in extremes, and there were moments where I didn't really like the way that she was reacting to certain situations. So for example, Psyche is actually she is brought up to be this sacrifice. So this is a Psyche and Cupid retelling. If you know the story, then you might kind of have an idea of what the book is about, but essentially we follow Psyche's sister in this book, and she basically brings up Psyche as her own in a way because she's just completely besotted when Psyche is born, and she takes it upon herself to really look after her, and Psyche has this really otherworldly beauty about her, and for that reason a lot of people think that she has special powers. People start to worship her even though she's mortal, and alongside that we've got things going wrong with the city. So there's a lot of famine, there's kind of chaos happening everywhere, and a lot of people think that that is because the gods are angry because people have started worshipping Psyche rather than worshipping the gods, and as their punishment they are sort of creating famine and things like this. So because of that, the king, who is a really awful character, he is kind of persuaded really by the priest that he needs to offer Psyche up as kind of like a offering to the gods. And there was this moment that I recently read where Psyche's sister is sitting with her the night before she's due to be offered up to the gods. We don't really know what her fate is or what that involves, but it's likely kind of going to be her last day as a mortal, or you know, it's likely that the gods might kill her. And so it's a really, you know, emotional moment, and Psyche is actually quite at peace with what is happening because she has her own beliefs and she takes quite a lot of comfort in the idea of moving on to go and see where the gods are, and she takes a lot of comfort from her religion and her spirituality really. But Psyche's sister takes that really like negatively and is quite selfish in a way, and sort of is annoyed at Psyche that she's not sad that she's going to be leaving her. And I just found that a really weird situation, and for that reason I can't really get on board with our main character. She's quite, yeah, she's just a really interesting character, and as I said before, she kind of feels things in extremes, and to be fair, that's probably likely because of her upbringing, because she had an incredible amount of trauma growing up. Her father was incredibly abusive. She's also been kind of stigmatized and bullied and belittled for her looks, because Psyche's sister is described as being really ugly and not beautiful, and so she's had a really awful upbringing, and she hasn't really had a close parent figure because obviously her father is very abusive towards her. Her mother died when she was very young, and then she kind of, her life became consumed with bringing up Psyche as kind of like her daughter. So when Psyche was born, you know, that's kind of the first connection that she had, and she really had that bond with Psyche, and so she takes it very personally when, you know, Psyche is saying that actually she's okay with being this offering, and she's okay with, you know, the fact that perhaps she's not gonna be around for much longer, if that makes sense. If you read the book, you'll know what I'm talking about, but basically I'm rambling on, and all I really wanted to say is that, yeah, I feel like if you want to have a main character that you can really root for, then you might not necessarily get on with this one, because she's quite complex and an interesting character to read the perspective from. Anyway, before I pop off and start getting ready for the day, I also just wanted to show you this book because I just thought it was really sweet. So obviously I'm back in my hometown where my mum lives. I'm in her house, and she found this book, and it's this gorgeous illustrated edition of The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. And what I love about it is there's some writing on the inside. I don't know if you can see this, but it says, "To Ellie, Merry Christmas, love, Mummy and Daddy," and it's from 99, so I would have been 7 when I got this book, which is just so sweet. And I'm definitely going to take this back with me and have it in my collection, because the illustrations inside are just so beautiful. Can you see that? It's just such a stunning book, and The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe is such a classic story, and it's so Christmassy. And yes, I just really wanted to share that with you because I thought this was just really lovely. So yeah, look at this, it's just beautiful. So yeah, just wanted to share that with you. Anyway, I am now going to go and finish getting ready, and we're having our little Christmas today. So yeah, I guess I'll check in with you a little bit later. Good morning everybody. So it is the next day, and I thought I'd better pop the camera on because I feel like I haven't really spoken to you much at all over the last couple of days. I've just been really busy catching up with my family and just kind of living in the moment really, and I've not really wanted to get my camera out because I've just been enjoying spending some quality time with family that I don't see that often. And I've also been doing quite a lot of wedding planning, so it's been a bit of a full-on couple of days. But I wanted to just quickly pop on here and show you some books because I was lucky enough to receive a couple of books for Christmas from my family, and I thought that you might want to see. So the first book that I got was this gorgeous little book all about Scottish folk and fairy tales, and it's from the collector's edition, and they do these most gorgeous little books with amazing artwork on the cover. They're little hard covers and they have gilded edges, which is so pretty. And yeah, I think I want to collect these because they do all different ones about different myths from all over the world. I know there's a Greek myths one, I think there's like Egypt one, loads of different ones that you can collect. And so yeah, it's really lovely that my brother got me this little gift and has kind of started my collection, which yeah, I'm very excited to continue on with. So yeah, such a cute little gift. So that's the first one that I wanted to show you. And then my mum also got me a book, and she got me this, which is a big bind up of the Lord of the Rings. And what's so special about this one is it's actually illustrated, so I will try and show you some images from inside, because honestly it is so beautiful. And I have actually really wanted to have a special edition of Lord of the Rings because it's such a classic fantasy story. It's also one that I know that my mum really enjoyed. She read it as a teenager and it really got her into reading and into enjoying fantasy, so it's really special to have it from her as well. And honestly, it's just so beautiful. And what I really enjoy about this book as well is that it's actually really nice without the dust jacket on. So if I just take this off for a minute, underneath I actually think I prefer it like this, kind of naked, because it just looks so classy. I think it's got this little gilded symbol on the front, it's got gold writing along the spine, and it's this gorgeous like brown hardcover. I don't know, I just think it looks really cool like this. So yeah, this is such a beautiful book to have in my collection, which is very exciting. And then the last one I wanted to show you is actually one that I bought myself for Christmas because I went to this town called Petworth, which is quite near where my family live, and we were doing some like wedding planning bits, and we also went and had a little mooch around, and there is this bookshop that has the most beautiful books in it, and I stumbled across this gorgeous book. So this is a copy of Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, which is one of my favourite classics, and I've actually been looking for a really lovely special edition of Frankenstein for a really long time, so when I saw this I just had to have it. So yeah, it comes with this little slip, so if I take this off, underneath you will see that it's got the most stunning naked hardcover. It almost looks kind of like an oil painting on there. It's so cool, and it goes all the way around to the back, and I've just never seen an edition like this. It's also got gilded edges, which I am a massive fan of, and it's just so pretty. I don't know if it'll come across on the camera, but it's actually like a little bit 3D. There's like a little bit of a texture to it, which is also just really cool, and it's just such a lovely edition. It's got a ribbon to hold your place, and inside there's also a little bit of detailing as well. They've got pages where there is like a quote in like a block surrounded by some artwork, which just looks really cool, and it's just such a lovely little book. So yes, I did treat myself to this for Christmas, and I'm very pleased with my purchase. So yeah, that's my little Christmas haul. I hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, I am now going to go and get ready for the day, hopefully try and squeeze in some reading, so I actually have a reading update for you. And I also need to get up and get out because today is actually my last day here, and we do have some bits that we need to do. We need to go to the church where we're getting married next year and meet the vicar, and I need to do some bits and pieces in town, so it's going to be a busy morning, so I better head off. But I hope that you have been enjoying this little bit of a ramshackled vlog, and I will catch up with you later on when hopefully I have a reading update. Hi everyone, so I am home now, as you can see, and I thought I'd better switch the camera on and film a little clip really and give you a bit of a reading update, because I feel like I haven't really spoken to you much over this weekend. It's been a little bit different to what I was expecting. It was really full-on busy, seeing lots of different family, doing lots of wedding plans, trying to spend some quality time with people that I don't see that often, and I just didn't end up picking up the camera as much as I was expecting to. So I'm sorry if this vlog has been a little bit all over the place, but I hope you've been enjoying it anyway. But I wanted to just quickly let you know that I've read quite a bit more of this book since I last spoke to you. So I am now up to page 191, so I'm a fair way through this one now, and I have some mixed opinions about this book really. I'm intrigued by the story and I've been finding it really interesting learning a bit more about the Cupid and Psyche myth, because that's one that I'm not particularly familiar with, but I'm just struggling to get on board with the main character in here and the way that she responds to certain situations. So for example, without wanting to give too much away, there's a big focus on our main character, who is Psyche's sister, and Psyche, and the fact that they both have quite differing opinions and beliefs, and the way that Psyche's sister responds to that is just pretty nasty and quite selfish in a way. I do think that she is coming from a place of love, so I think Psyche's sister is very protective of Psyche and she wants her to be safe, and she thinks that the decisions that she is making is putting her potentially in some danger, despite the fact that she seems happy and content with her decisions. But I just find the way that she approaches that dilemma really nasty. She's quite manipulative, she kind of abuses her relationship with Psyche and does quite a lot of psychological abuse, and it's just, yeah, I just don't really gel with her as a main character. And I think for me, I need to root for at least someone in a story, and I'm just not really rooting for anybody in this book, which makes it difficult for me to feel invested in the story and to feel motivated to pick it up, if that makes sense. But there have been a lot of really interesting discussions in here about religion and morality and things like that. I will say that because this book is obviously set in the past, it is set in a world where there is quite a lot of misogyny, and again, that's something that kind of irks me a little bit. There's quite a lot of discussions about if you're married to someone, you're then their responsibility and you are there to serve them, and all things like that kind of bug me. So yeah, I'm not too sure about this book, but we shall see how it goes on from here. I'm kind of hoping that our main character has a little bit of a turnaround and has a little bit of a character arc, and maybe sees that some of her attitudes and the way that she's been responding to situations may not necessarily be the most healthy approach, but we shall see. So yeah, that's my update on this book, and yeah, that's it from me for today. Thank you so much for bearing with me with this video, and I just want to take a moment to wish you a very Merry Christmas if you celebrate it, or just a very happy weekend if you don't celebrate it. I'm aware this time of year can be quite tricky for a lot of people, so please do look after yourselves, look after your loved ones, check in with everyone around you, and just be there for each other. And I wish you all the best, and I guess I will see you next year with another video. Bye!